A brand new season opens up at Grayson County High School as the Grayson County Lady Cougars take on the Lady Chargers of Bullitt East. Grayson County last year, 13-23, a loss in the district semifinals. High hopes for this year. Looking forward for a year that they get to host the third region tournament coming up in late May. And a good evening here and welcome to a chilly opening day 2023 for the Grayson County Lady Cougar softball team, as the Lady Cougars take on the Lady Chargers of Bullitt East. Bullitt East last year 15-11. They also fell in their district semifinals, but they were the number one RPI team in that region entering that district tournament and finished that way. It's a team that played a tough schedule, and it is a really talented team that returns a lot from last year. And they're in the preseason coaches poll released for the region for Bullitt East. They were picked third, so they have high hopes for this Lady Charger program as this season goes along under head coach Bruce Pierce. As Grayson County on the other side under head coach Penny Reese, of course, Coach Reese, one of the more legendary coaches in all of Kentucky high school softball, second all-time in wins in the state. She's 7 wins away from 700 for her career entering this season. We'll be on the countdown there for 700 as this year goes along. It's not quite as cold as it was last night at the Grayson County Baseball Stadium at Donley Field, but it's still going to be a little chilly. I know as I can look down here as the wind is blowing pretty much directly in right now, as right now it's about 43 degrees, so it's about 10 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. So it will still be, though, a chilly day as these teams will have to battle the elements with that wind blowing. I mean, if you look at that flag out in straightaway center field right now, it is blowing straight in, directly in right at us right now behind the plate as we get ready for this game. As the players you'll need to know for both of these teams, for Grayson County, the leading returning player is the senior and the Midway University signee Shelby Davis. Last season hit .434, 39 runs batted in, 13 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs for Bullitt East. It is Molly Johnston, .465 average last year with 25 runs batted in, and then also, how about, you throw in a 3.16 ERA as well. Really talented player, and she only a freshman for Bullitt East, and I'm sure that if you're in the 6th region, you're going to be hearing that name, Molly Johnston, a lot over these next couple of years, and probably will start to give nightmares as it goes along, as it's already had and happened over these last couple of seasons. Those are the the players that you'll need to know, one on each side, as the Grayson County Lady Cougars take on the Lady Chargers of Bullitt East. We'll have the starting lineups here for both teams. First, for the Bullitt East Lady Chargers, leading off and playing shortstop will be Kim Perkins. Batting second, the center fielder is Carly Bryant. The 3-hole hitter will be the third baseman, Courtney Bass. Batting fourth is Molly Johnston. She'll be the pitcher. Cooper will be behind the plate. She will be the catcher. Thompson in right field, batting 6th. Pierce at second, batting 7th. Bibb is the first baseman, batting 8th. And Vitrice is batting 9th, and she will be the left fielder. That's the starting lineup for Bullitt East. Now the starting lineup for the Grayson County Lady Cougars, who had that record last year of 13-23. Leading off and playing center field will be Kayla Tubb. Batting second at the hot corner is Addie Bratcher. The 3-hole hitter will be the shortstop, Shelby Davis. Batting fourth at second base is Hannah Franklin. The 5-hole hitter will be the first baseman, Ansley Schartzer. Batting sixth, getting her first varsity appearance, is the designated hitter, Ellie Bratcher. And in her place in the field will be Mallory Lindsay. Batting seventh behind the dish is Kinsley Chambers. Batting 8th. And playing in right field is Cassidy Chaffins. And the 9-hole hitter will be the left fielder, the 8th grader, Elizabeth Haycraft. The starting pitcher for Grayson County, as mentioned, is Mallory Lindsay. It's a chilly day. Lady Cougars debuting some brand new uniforms with the orange pants. And they're getting ready here to open up the 2023 season. We'll take a break and come back here with more, as this is Grayson County Lady Cougar softball here on the K105 YouTube and the K105 Facebook page, bringing you the coverage here all season long. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the action. We'll take a break. Grayson and Bullitt East comes up next, right here on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. It's the opening game of the 2023 season between the Grayson County Lady Cougars and the Lady Chargers of Bullitt East. It's just good to be back here. I mean, it's chilly. There's no question about that. It's not necessarily what we would classify as softball weather. It's probably a little bit more like, I mean, you could say this is like your playoff football weather. A little bit, kind of brisk. Here, it's Grayson County and Bullitt East, and if we're talking football, we can't go without mentioning that Bullitt East won the 6A football championship and kind of a little bit of an upset, taking on some of the perennial powers in the state, and it was good to see one of the public schools take that and get it off. As it's about time to get underway here, as it's time for softball in Litchfield, the opening game here of the 2023 season for Grayson County and for Bullitt East. As this is K105 Digital Productions, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get notified when we go live here on K105. As the lead off of the game, it will be Kim Perkins for Bullitt East going up against the starting pitcher for Grayson County, Mallory Lindsay. Lindsay, 32 appearances last year, 28 starts. And the first pitch of the 2023 season is inside, and it's a called strike, and that is how we get underway here today. Kim Perkins last year, the senior, hit .405 with 20 runs batted in. Lindsay, the senior, last year had the 5.46 earned run average. That's popped straight up in the infield. Lindsay leaves the circle and corrals it for the first out of the brand new season. Good start for Grayson County. The lineup heads towards the center fielder, Carly Bryant. Bryant last year hit .352 with 4 runs batted in. One of these young stars for Bullitt East this year. As you got a lot of freshmen and sophomore, this team already is good. It's just going to keep on getting better. Pitch goes outside for ball one, the first one from Mallory Lindsay. Bullitt East last year 15-11, a loss in the district semifinals. They were picked third in the preseason coaches rankings that were released earlier this month. As that's done, and I know a couple of coaches voted in that poll, they picked Bullitt East third. Hard ground ball to Bratcher at third. She'll throw across to the diamond, and there is the second out of the inning. 4 pitches and 2 outs for Mallory Lindsay. And it'll now be Courtney Bass, the third baseman, to hit. Bass last year, .371 average with 15 runs batted in. Good start for Lindsay, and that's something that we've seen over this Grayson County team over these past couple of years is they'll have some innings that it goes really good. It's just avoiding that one bad inning. Ground ball to second, goes right through the legs of Franklin at second base, and it's going to go into the hole in right center field. A hard turnaround play coming to second. She is safe. In there is Courtney Bass. And right on cue, Bullitt East has a runner in scoring position for their best bat, and Molly Johnston.
Now batting, number 42, Johnson.
So the 2-base error for Grayson. And it'll now be Molly Johnston. Last year, .465 average and 25 runs batted in. She's going to look to get her first run batted in of the new season. And the first pitch is high for ball number 1 to Johnston. Johnston, only a freshman for this Bullitt East team. I mean, look, as an 8th grader, almost hit 500. I mean, that's crazy impressive. As here comes the 1-0. Called strike on the inside corner. Good pitch by Lindsay trying to get inside of Johnston. Johnston also played basketball for Bullitt East on a really talented Bullitt East team and a talented program. Was a state runner-up last year, losing to Sacred Heart, who, has only won now 3 straight state championships. Hard ground ball to third. Bratcher has it, throws across, and Lady Cougars get out of the inning with no damage. It's Bullitt East 0, and the Lady Cougs are coming up here in the bottom half of the first inning. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Grayson County comes up to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning here. And it'll be Kayla Tubb to lead off for the Lady Cougars. The junior hit .300 last year, 9 runs batted in and a double. Tubb really succeeded at the bunt last year and using her speed to beat it out. And Bass, the third baseman for Bullitt East, is shaded in as Molly Johnston out to pitch. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1 from Johnston. Johnston in the circle last year for Bullitt East. 21 games, 19 starts, a 3.16 ERA, 96 strikeouts, and a little over 100 innings. She looks down at her left wrist, winds and fires, and that's fouled off into the Bullitt East dugout. That'll move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Grayson had the record of 13-23 last year. As they are, it's a program on the rise for Grayson, and you're going to see a lot of young players that are going to get a lot of experience this year, especially you got a couple of 8th graders that you're going to be seeing a lot of. Pitch coming. Here's a cold strike low and outside. You'll see Ellie Bratcher at times this year. She's a 7th grader. Bree Jones, who you saw in basketball season, she's not getting the start today, but she's a 7th grader as well. Elizabeth Haycraft getting a start as an 8th grader. I mean, you got middle schoolers that are having the opportunity to play. Slow ground ball. Johnston comes out of the circle to grab it, throws on to first for the first out of this inning. Beatty Bratcher now to hit for Grayson County, .242 average, 15 runs batted in and a double last year for the Lady Cougars. Bratcher had a couple of putouts in the top half of this inning. Johnston looks into the dugout to get the signals and the signs. And the first pitch to Bratcher is fouled off behind the plate. That's our first one of the year of testing to see how we feel about jumping or something from our vantage point here directly behind the plate. That one didn't get me, though, so it's good. But I'm 1 for 1 this year. Let's see if I could bat 1,000 on the year, which the percentage chance of that happening is about 0. Bratcher fly ball, right field. Right fielder Thompson has it read, and that is the second out of the inning. And the lineup heads over here towards Shelby Davis, the best bat in this Lady Cougar lineup. Davis is the signee to play college softball at Midway University. Last year, Davis a .434 average with 39 RBIs, 13 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. All of those led the team. She's a really talented softball player that's going to have a really good college career, and I know that she's ready to try and lead this Lady Cougar team back to the regional tournament this year. Second pitch goes outside for ball 2. The most important thing, we touched on it a few minutes ago, third region tournament this year is here at Grayson County. It's a huge opportunity for the Lady Cougars to try and do some damage. The 2-0. Called strike on the inside corner. A chilly Tuesday evening here on this first game of the 2023 season. Johnston coming with the 2-1. In the dirt. Gets past the catcher, Cooper, but luckily no one on base to do any damage. But so one thing here at Grayson County High School is you've got that backstop is brick, and that ball will come firing off of that. And it's hard to read it sometimes because it will move around a lot. Pitch. Gets that one right past Davis, and the count will go full here at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Davis toes into that right-handed batter's box. Big pitch coming here. And it is a swing and a miss down on strikes, a foul tip into the dugout, into the glove, and that is the end of the first inning. No score between Grayson and Bullitt East as this is Lady Cougar softball. We head to the second inning here at Grayson County High School. No score between the Lady Cougars and the Lady Chargers of Bullitt East. Mallory Lindsay out for another inning of work. And it'll be Olivia Cooper to lead off for the Lady Chargers. Last year, as an 8th grader, Cooper hit .286 with 13 runs batted in. As we mentioned, this team's got freshman and sophomore talent up and down for Bullitt East, and a team last year that went 15-11 and is picked 3rd in the region. Lindsay delivering the first pitch. Took her only 8 pitches to get out of the first inning. And technically, you could say she got 4 outs in the inning as the only base runner on for Bullitt East was off of an error. The 1-0 coming here from Mallory Lindsay. High for ball 2. Cooper a little shorter in stature, and that makes that strike zone go. It shrinks the strike zone. We talked about it last night with the difference between Camden Brothers for the Cougar baseball team, who stands at about 6'4", and Jaron Van Meter, who stands at about 5'6". It's a different strike zone. Line drive right field. It is over the head of the right fielder Chaffins, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. That'll be an easy 2-base hit, but turning and going for 3 is Cooper. The ball is bobbled on the infield, and a stand-up triple for Bullitt East gets them working here in the top half of the second inning. We're going to have a courtesy runner that will trot out here for Bullitt East. And it is going to be Jolie Judd, the sophomore. And since Cooper is the catcher.
Number 6, Judd.
In hit now for Bullitt East is going to be Emma Thompson, the right fielder. Thompson last year 182 with 2 runs batted in, but she led the team with a team high in 14 walks. Let's see here if you're Bullitt East, do they look for an early squeeze play? And the pitch coming here for Lindsay. That's exactly what they do. And the play is not going to come home. They'll let the run go, and the runner is safe at first. The ever so slight of hesitation out in the field by Lindsay allows for the bunt base hit, and Bullitt East takes a 1-0 lead. That was one that you kind of saw coming. You saw that you were delivering the call out onto the base paths, and Lady Cougars weren't necessarily ready for it. Bullitt East takes the early 1-0 lead. Taylor Pierce will now hit. She was 1 for 7 last year in plate appearances for the junior. Off and running, the play is inside, throw down, and she is safe just in ahead of the tag. Bang, bang, great throw by Chambers, great tag by Davis. It's just good base running as well. That was really close. I mean, it's tough to throw runners out in softball, and you know what? I'm not sure that you could ask for a much better in every situation there for Grayson. Popped up, foul. Chambers went diving after it. But she realized that unless she was going to turn into Elastigirl right there, she wasn't going to be able to get that. Already 1 run in here in this inning. Pitch low and inside, and Lindsay has fallen behind in the count here. 2 balls and 1 strike. We talked about it in the first inning. The issue for Grayson, especially last year and the year before, was that 1 bad inning. Grayson's got to try and make sure that, it's inevitable to give up runs. You just can't allow 1 to turn into 2, to turn into 3, and so on. Ball inside from Lindsay, and she's fallen behind in the count here at 3 balls and 1 strike. The wind picking up here at Grayson County High School. The 3-1 coming from the senior Mallory Lindsay. Winds and fires, and it's high, and there's a walk. And there's runners now on first and second, still with nobody out here in this inning.
Now batting, number 32.
Now hitting is going to be Peyton Bibb, the senior last year, a 195 average with 8 runs batted in. This is a big moment here for Mallory Lindsay. You got to try and find a way here just to take a deep breath and get out of this. High for ball 1. A strikeout would be big here, or you want to try and just get an out is the biggest thing. If you can turn a double play, it's tough in softball, but that'd be huge. 1-0 coming. Called strike at the knees. That'll move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Lindsay looks in for the sign. The pitch, called strike, low and inside. It's been a consistent strike that's been called this entire game. And you know what? In my philosophy here is home plate umpires called it every time. That's a tough pitch to hit. I just keep peppering that pitch right in there until they can hit it. I mean, it's a tough pitch to hit, low and inside. There aren't many hitters that like it in that position. Pitch, she goes right back to it. It's hit down the left field line. Bibb does just that. 1 run will score. Bibb backside will go to second, and Bullitt East has a 2-0 lead. And there you go. I was saying that you got to prove that you can hit it, and that's exactly what she did. The hard ground ball down the left field line, and the Lady Chargers strike again.
Now batting for Bullitt East, number 14, Vertreese.
It'll now be Jade Vertreese, the 9-hole hitter. She's the left fielder. Last year hit 182 with 14 runs batted in. 2-0 Bullitt East. Pitch coming is a cold strike on the inside corner. Lindsay going back inside. Bullitt East coaching staff putting the numbers into the air, letting the base runners know. Still nobody out here in this top of the second inning. Lindsay had a great first inning. Pitch is high. It's off the glove of Chambers, coming home and safe. Coming in, and Bullitt East has a 3-0 lead. That was one that Vertrees showed bunts, pulled back, and when you do that, it takes the catcher's eye off the ball for ever so slight of a second. That's just kind of bad luck. Bibb did advance to third on the play, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch coming is in the dirt again, and that one luckily is not going to advance the runner. We talked about that last night, is you have to, on opportunities, you have to make that decision in about half a second on whether you're going to run or not. Because if you wait longer than that, you're going to be out almost every single time. Even more so in the game of softball. Pitch coming, just misses high, and the count goes to 3 ball and 1 strike. Some movement going on in the Grayson County bullpen now, lined up behind the dugout. Ellie Bradshaw warming up. Three balls, 1 strike, nobody out here in the top of the second inning. 3 runs have already crossed. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Lindsay. The top of the order waits on deck. Full count. Big pitch coming here from the senior Mallory Lindsay, who's played a lot of softball for Grayson County over her career. The wind and the fire coming. Is fouled off right side out of play. We'll do it one more time. 3 balls, 2 strikes, top half of the second. Lindsay looks in, winds and fires. It's outside. It goes to the backstop. And that'll be a walk. The runner will stay on first. And there's runners on the corners here with nobody out in the top of the second inning. And we'll go back to the top of the order to Kim Perkins. Perkins in her last at-bat popped up to Lindsay, the pitcher. Lindsay did a really good job against the top half of the order, and like we said, really made 4 outs in the inning because one of the batters it reached was because of an error. 3-0 Bullitt East. Runners on the corners, nobody out here in the top of the second. 3 runs have already crossed the plate for the Lady Chargers. Off and running, the ball will go high. Defensive indifference there, allowing the runner to get second base. Bullitt East potentially looking at a bunt here. That's what the Grayson County dugout is expecting. No bunt coming. It's a pitch inside for ball number 2. This Grayson County team trying to let Lindsay fight through this early on, the senior. I mean, it's cold. And that only makes it harder. Pitch fouled off right side out of play, and that one looks like it's going to be our first trip into the pasture. In fact, right on cue. I didn't cue that. I'm not sure how well that picked up on the mic. But you got the cow pasture over to the right side. That's the first one that the softballs visited over to the right side this year. And I like the sound effect. That's new this year. Not sure who's running it up there, but I appreciate that. Here comes the 2-1. Fly ball, left side. That one is going to be in. It's foul ball. It does end up in the field of play, but it goes and drops. That would have been a tough play for Grayson, and that'll make the count here to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch coming here, the break even from Mallory Lindsay. to Kim Perkins. Pitch coming. Popped off that time behind the plate. And we'll do it one more time. We got all kinds of sound effects now. That one was a broken glass. Luckily there isn't any glass to break really around this area. I mean, for somebody to break a car glass here, it would have to be a bomb out the left field. And the only one that I've seen come close was Catherine Hibbett from Whitesville Trinity here. I think it was 2 years ago. Hit one that one-hopped the concession stand. And that's about as close as I've seen to hitting a car. You'd have to really get a hold of one, and especially on a cold day. The break even one more time. Inside, and that'll make the count go full. It was a good pitch there from Mallory Lindsay. It was just a little bit inside. Lindsay, this will be her 27th pitch of the inning. Lindsay looks in for the sign. Pitch, fouled off again. Perkins is doing a great job fighting and keeping this at bat going.
Hey, be ready out there, 7, be ready.
One more time we go. To Kim Perkins, the pitch. High, and she works a walk. That was a really good at bat there by Kim Perkins. And the bases are loaded now for Carly Bryant, the center fielder. And Penny Reese is going to call time, and is she going to make a pitching change? She will. Ellie Bratcher is going to come in. She will become the new pitcher for Grayson County. Mallory Lindsay will come out. And the bases will be loaded, and this is a heck of a situation to put a 7th grader for her first ever varsity appearance. We'll take a break. Introduce you to Ellie Bratcher after this. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105. Ellie Bratcher, the 7th grader. She didn't take much time to need to get warmed up at all. Bratcher is a 7th grader out there, and she's one of the bright young stars of this Grayson County team that people have a lot of excitement about. And what an opportunity in your first varsity appearance. You come in with the bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch fouled off left side out of play. As the batter is Carly Bryant. As we mentioned, she grounded out to the third baseman Addie Bratcher in her first at bat. Bratcher looks into Chambers. The line of the pitch hits her on the knee. Now that doesn't feel good anytime, but that sure doesn't feel good when it is about 40 degrees. That one hit her right on the knee. Luckily, it does appear that Bryant is okay as she trotted down to first base, and that'll make it 4-0 Bullitt East. That'll be Courtney Bass now to hit. She reached on the error in her first at bat. Infield coming in for Grayson. Bass, first pitch swinging, hits Bratcher on the leg, and that's going to be no play. Went right back up the middle, and the bad luck continues for Grayson. And coming out is assistant coach J.R. Rack just to talk and make sure she's okay out there. As that one did hit her right on the leg. So the infield single there, that's just bad luck for Grayson. Lineup now goes to the best bat in this team for Bullitt East. That's Molly Johnston. She grounded out to Bratcher in her first at bat. First pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Bullitt East has plated 5 runs in this inning. The pitch coming. is a ground ball to Bratcher at third. She'll come home for one. The relay to first is into right field. Luckily there to back it up. Play comes home. Backside not there. So that'll plate 1 run on the fielder's choice. And now you have runners on the corners with 1 down. So the fielder's choice does get 1 out.
Now batting for Bullitt East, number 2, Cooper.
We do have a courtesy runner as well down at first base. You didn't quite catch the number on who that might be. That is number 4 for Bullitt East, and number 4 we don't have on the roster, so I'll have to go down into the.
Number 4, Patterson.
It is Patterson is the courtesy runner for Bullitt East. And the batter now is there's a ground ball in the hole to shortstop. Davis goes the short way to get 1. Another runner will score. Patterson out at second, and that is the second out of the inning, but Bullitt East now leads 7-0. That'll go 6-4 on the putout.
Thompson.
And courtesy runner is Judd in there for Bullitt East. Now hitting is Emma Thompson. Thompson had the bunt single in her first at bat, and that one is fouled off behind the plate. It smacks off of the pole. The 0-1 coming. Pitch low, throw down on the steal, and in there safely is Judd. So you got 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down here in the top half of the second inning. Bullitt East leads Grayson County 7-0. Pitch called, strike on the inside corner. Good job by Bratcher. She's trying to work out of the jam. The line of the pitch is a ground ball foul down that third base line. And we'll do it one more time.
Stay focused. Good job, Bill.
Emma Thompson, the hitter. Ellie Bratcher, the pitcher. Runner Judd is at second base. The line of the pitch is a fly ball left field. Haycraft goes over to into foul territory, and she's not going to get there. There's a long run for Haycraft. She couldn't get there quite in time. Do this one more time. Grayson County trying to make sure no further damage comes in this game. Fly ball, right center field. Chaffins goes back, and that's a home run. Emma Thompson goes long ball into right field, and Bullitt East now leads 9-0. That was an opposite field home run into the wind. And Bullitt East leads 9-0 off of the 2-run home run by Thompson. I didn't think that one was going to go out. As that wind just kind of carried it a little bit, as it was kind of into the wind, but yet not into the wind at the same time, because the wind is kind of blowing out towards that right field corner, and wind might have carried it out just a little bit. Pitch comes low to Taylor Pierce. Pierce in her first at bat worked a walk earlier on in this inning. The 1-0 is a line drive left field, and it's going to drop Haycraft picks it up, fires into second. That'll be a base hit for Taylor Pierce. Now we'll go to Peyton Bibb, the first baseman. Bibb singled down that left field line. So we talked about in that last at bat that they were peppering the inside corner to Bibb, saying that, just keep giving it until she can hit it. And the next pitch, she hit it in that same spot and hit it down the left field line. Ball inside and falling behind in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes is Bratcher. The 2-0. Ball inside and falling behind 3-0 is Bratcher. 2 down here in this inning. Bullitt East has scored 9 runs. The pitch coming is a 4-pitch walk from Bratcher. And the runners on first and second. It'll be Verchise in now for Bullitt East.
Number 14, Verchise.
She walked in her first at bat. And there's a called strike. Good bounce back pitch there from Bratcher.
Use your legs. Throw it in there, Ellie.
0-1 fly ball, deep right center field, going back. It's off the top of the wall. Chaffins catches it on the bounce, firing into second safely, and coming in to score is going to be Pierce. And Bullitt East leads 10-0 here, and Verchise missed a home run by about 3 inches. As she doubles off the top of the wall in deep right center field.
Now batting number 11.
And Kim Perkins will come in to hit. She has walked and popped out. Pitch is low, gets by the catcher Chambers. One-0 coming. Called strike at the knees. Nice pitch there by Bratcher. Popped straight up in the infield. Ellie Bratcher has it called, and that is the inning. Bullitt East, though, scores 10 runs, and we're through 1.5. It's Bullitt East 10, Grayson County 0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Grayson County finds themselves with a deficit here in the bottom half of the second inning. Hannah Franklin will lead off for the Lady Cougars. Franklin, 324 average last year, 24 runs batted in, and 3 triples. As the Lady Cougars trail 10-0 against Bullitt East, a 10 spot put up in that inning. Pitch coming to Franklin is a cold strike at the knees. Molly Johnson threw 12 pitches in that first inning of play. Lady Cougars did not get a runner on base. That one's fouled off. We're going to have another cow pasture shot. That one definitely is from Hannah Franklin. Somebody's going to have to go fishing that one out. In fact, our home plate umpire, he looks over into the dugout and says, I'm going to need some more softballs. Ansley Schartzer gives him a couple, and we're good to go back. The 0-2 is low. It bounces in. Good eye there by Franklin to let it go by. This Lady Cougar team will have their first region game later on this week as they will travel to Owensboro. That's fouled off behind the plate. We'll do it one more time. And then on Friday, they have their district opener here at home against Whitesville Trinity. We'll be back with them on Monday as they'll host Breckenridge County. The 1-2 fouled off, and that one smacks off of the pole, and we'll do it one more time. One ball, two strikes. And that one more time. Franklin fouls it off, and that one I might have hit off of a tree to save it from going into the cow pasture down over there to the right side. And Franklin really working in this at bat. This will be pitch number 7. It's a good at bat after a long inning, trying to build some of that confidence for Grayson. And we have timeout called. As I look out into straightaway center field, as that one's fouled off one more time, you can see that there's like a family of pods out there, those little pods. I know I can notice one familiar face out there, so I assume it's the family. It's Cougar football head coach Brian Jones is out there with probably watching his daughter Bree, who's in the dugout right now, hopefully seeing if she might get some of her first varsity softball experience. In the dirt, good eye by Franklin. She's really fighting in this at bat. This next pitch will be pitch number 9 in the at bat. But Coach Jones up there he's got it made. I'm not sure if he's got a little heater in there or something too. But for him, he'd probably tell you this is football weather. The break even to Franklin. Again, just fouls it off. What an at bat here by Hannah Franklin. Grayson needed a good at bat. Try and get some confidence going. The break even is the 10th pitch of the at bat, and it's outside. A long look in, full count pitch is up, and it is inside for ball 4, and Hannah Franklin works an 11-pitch walk, and the Lady Cougars have their first base runner of the game, and it'll be Ansley Schartzer now to hit for the Lady Cougs. Schartzer last year for Grayson County hit .342 with 15 runs batted in, 5 doubles, a home run, and led the team with 15 free passes. One of the few lefties on the team for Grayson, and Schartzer first pitch swinging a slow ground ball to Pierce at second. She'll throw on to first. That does advance Franklin to second, though. And that's the first down of the inning. It'll be Ellie Bratcher now to hit for Grayson, her first career plate appearance. Trying to help herself out and knock in Franklin, who's down at second. And Bratcher swings over top of that one for the first strike to fall behind here at 0 balls and 1 strike. Sam Gormley here with you on the call on K105 Digital Productions. The 0-1. Called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes here to Ellie Bratcher. And that pitch is low for ball number 1 of the at-bat. Hannah Franklin stands in at second. Lady Cougars looking for their first run of the game here. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Bratcher goes down on strikes. And the lineup will now be the catcher, Kinsley Chambers. Appeared in 2 games last year, the 8th grader. When you look up and down, just, again, a very young Grayson County team that in a couple of years, obviously they have great coaching with head coach Penny Reese. This team is going to keep on getting better year by year. First pitch low, ball 1 to Chambers. Long look into the dugout from Molly Johnston. She'll deliver the 1-0, and Chambers swings over top of that one. Grayson County had the leadoff walk, works by Franklin. 11-pitch walk to open up this inning. 2 batters out since that point. Kinsley Chambers trying to extend the inning. 1-2. It's a swing and a miss. Chambers down on strikes. We're through 2 full. Bullitt East leads Grayson 10-0. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar softball on K105. Ellie Bratcher back out for her first full inning of work. In the top of this 3rd inning, it'll be Carly Bryant to lead off. Bullitt East Lady Chargers lead Grayson 10-0. There's a great first inning for Grayson, and then it was 10 runs scored by Bullitt East in the 2nd. First pitch high from Bratcher. Just taking her time is Carly Bryant. She's 0 for 1. She was hit by a pitch and grounded out to 3rd in her 2 at-bats today. And there's a cold strike. As Bryant does, and it's a perfectly legal play in softball, is that where you kind of run up in the batter's box and hit it. And that, when she was doing that, is when the ball hit her on the right knee last time. And again, as we mentioned, it would not feel good for that ball to hit her on the right knee if it was 90 degrees. But with it being about 40 right now, that really probably did not feel good at all. 2-1. Ground ball right back to Bratcher. She'll throw it to first, and that is the first out of the inning. Courtney Bass, the 3-hole hitter, will now hit.
Now batting number 10, Bass.
There's 1 for 2 in the game. Reached on an error and had a little infield single that smacked off of Bratcher. One of those bad luck opportunities there for Ellie Bratcher. First pitch ripped, fouled, and that one almost took out her coach in the third base batter's spot, in the third base coach's box. he had to kind of bend out of the way of that one, and that one really would not have felt good because that one was ripped by Courtney Bass down the line, and he'd have worn that one on the thigh. Yes, probably the thigh is one of the better places to get hit, but there's a fly ball left field. Haycraft goes up. She's going to look up. It's off the back of the wall. Rounding first and going into second, standing up will be Courtney Bass. And a runner in scoring position here with 1 out. That would have been one of those that if it was a little warmer, that would have been a home run. That cold air keeps that one in the ballpark. Molly Johnston, the pitcher now for Bullitt East, will hit. She's 0 for 2, and the game reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to third. She's gone to Bratcher both times in the game. This one she sends right back up the middle. Careening over is Tubb to get the ball in center, and tagging to third will be Bass. And the runner advances, but Grayson County has 2 outs in the inning. So Bass tags up. It'll be Olivia Cooper. Cooper in her last at-bat tripled into right field and then has also reached on a fielder's choice. It was a hard ground ball in the hole that Shelby Davis made a really nice play on. Pitch inside. She's 1 for 2 in the game. Cadell Bratcher started to get a little bit more confident. I mean, she was putting it in a tough situation for her first career varsity appearance. Bases loaded with nobody out. There's a fly ball center field. Tubb goes back, and it's over her head. It's going to go all the way to the wall, rounding first and going into second. Standing up will be Olivia Cooper, and Bullitt East has the 11-0 lead. We'll have a courtesy runner into the game. Judd will go in to run for the courtesy for the catcher. It'll be Emma Thompson. Thompson in her last at-bat homered to right field. Went opposite field. She's 2 for 2 in the game. She's got a single and a homer. Inside, gets past the catcher Chambers, and that one almost left and went underneath the net. I wonder if technically then, I guess that's out of play. You know, if you get an extra base or not, I'm not entirely sure what the call is there. If it would have gone underneath the net, that would have just been bad luck. We've had that happen. A ball somehow find its way through. There's a called strike. Great pitch there by Bratcher. Ground ball foul. Pitch low. So the runner Judd stands at third. You got 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top of the third inning. Pitch inside, and that one hits Thompson on the left shoulder. And luckily that one, it's easy for us to say that that one wasn't thrown very hard, but that still probably did not feel good with how cold it is. Taylor Pierce now to hit. Pierce singled the left and walked in the game. We have timeout called, and Shelby Davis and Addie Bratcher are going to go in to talk to Ellie Bratcher. Ansley Schartzer and Hannah Franklin are going to join in, and like a team meeting there. And I like that from some of the leaders on the field. Come in to talk to their young teammate. They're going to break it up. And I like that. That's kind of one of those like, hey, we're good. You've got this. Take a deep breath. We're okay. Runners on the corners. And that's a line, little blooper into right field for a base hit. That'll plate 1 run. Coming in and throwing is Chaffins, and advancing on to third is Thompson, and a little bloop base hit makes it 12-0.
Now batting number 32, Bibb.
Peyton Bibb here to hit. She's walked and singled in the game so far. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Runners on the corners here with 2 down in the inning. That's fouled off. Just getting enough of that one was Bibb. Fly ball hit back into center field. Tubb rolls over and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bullitt East leads Grayson 12-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105.
Grayson County in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Cassidy Chaffins will lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning for Grayson County. Chaffins, the junior, last year hit .250 with 5 runs batted in. First pitch to Chaffins is fouled. I always like hearing what the players decide is. I assume they decide what their walk-up music is. And a good choice there by Cassidy Chaffin. She went day and night. Pitches outside for ball number 1 to even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. I like seeing all of the different styles of music and so on. One is a fly ball right field. Thompson goes back to make the first out of this inning. Elizabeth Haycraft will now get her first plate appearance of the season. Haycraft had 1 at bat last year as a 7th grader. Was used a lot, though, as a courtesy runner. And the first pitch to Haycraft. She's swinging first pitch and sends that one over the Bullitt East dugout down that first base line. Pitch coming. Low to move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Grayson County will go to Owensboro on Thursday before hosting Whitesville Trinity on Friday. Then on Saturday, they'll go to Christian Academy of Louisville. Pitch goes high, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike here to Elizabeth Haycraft. We'll be back here on Monday as Lady Cougars will host Breckenridge County to the north. The 2-1. Swinging strike there from Haycraft. Standing in the on-deck circle is Kayla Tubb. Fouled off behind the plate. We'll do it one more time here. Lady Cougars making decent contact. I mean, they're making good swings. And, I mean, Johnson's a good pitcher out there on the mound. In fact, she's the pitcher for the travel ball team that is played on by Shelby Davis as well. That one is fouled off one more time. So Shelby Davis and Molly Johnston know each other. I'm sure that they have probably had some conversation before the game. And down on strikes goes Haycraft. They'll throw down to first in the drop, third strike, and Haycraft almost beat it out as the catcher Cooper kind of struggled to get it out of the glove a little bit. But the drop third strike swinging. We'll go 2-3 on the putout, and we'll go back to the top of the order to Kayla Tubb. Tubb grounded out to the pitcher Johnston in her first at bat. And Tubb fouls that one off to the left side, or to the right side. Wind starting to pick up here at Grayson County, and it is already a chilly day. It's only going to make it colder. That's fouled into the glove. And no balls and 2 strikes here from Johnston to Tubb. Here comes the 0-2. Fouled off, and that one smacks off of the backstop and ends up going into the field. But Tubb stays alive to fight another pitch here in this third inning. Pitch high, good eye there by Tubb to make sure that one went by. See here, Mr. Spirit has made his way into the building today. I don't think he was here last night. It was probably a little he was there at the baseball game last night. I didn't see him, but I know it was chilly, but you know Mr. Spirit's always going to be here. Tubb pops one right side, long run for the second baseman, Pierce. She can't get there, it's off her glove. That's a really tough play, and it goes foul. I mean, that is a tough play. A long run for any fielder to make that. I mean, for the right fielder, you have to be coming in. First baseman Bibb would have to pretty much backstep to get there. Really, Pierce, the second baseman, is the only player that really would have a chance on it, and she almost made a really nice play. Now let's see if Tubb, with an extra life, will do something with it, and it's a little blooper left side, caught by the shortstop Perkins for the final out of this third inning. We're through 3 full. Bullitt East leads Grayson 12-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Top of the fourth inning we head. It is 12-0, Bullitt East on top. Ellie Ratcher in for another inning of work. And the first pitch is high to Vitrice. Her first at bat. She's walked and doubled in this game. A chilly opening day game here from Grayson County High School. That's popped straight up, and that'll go out of play. Inside to Vitrice. It's a good pitch there by Bratcher. She's trying to get that inside part of the strike zone. It's the hardest pitch to hit. High and falling behind in the count here. 3 balls and 1 strike is the 7th grader Ellie Bratcher. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Gets that one past Patrice. And the count has gone full.
Take a pitch, sis.
Swing and a miss. Patrice down on strikes, and Ellie Bradshaw gets the strikeout. That's the first out of the inning, and the lineup flips back over to Kim Perkins. Perkins has walked and popped out to the pitcher twice. That's that most recent pop-up. She hit that one. I still am surprised it came down. It was so high up in the air. She pops that one off. That time it's to the left side, and it is going to bounce into the Grayson County bullpen. That was one that everybody was saying, watch out, because if you're walking back there, you can't see that ball coming. Looks like we have some equipment issues here. As the mask for Kinsley Chambers, looks like the strap might have some issues with it. J.R. Rack out to help her get that figured out for the young catcher. He's got to take the sunglasses off to really take a look at it and see it. There we go. That's why he gets the big bucks out there. Fix everything. I know him and Coach Reese have done a phenomenal job on the field here. I mean, the outfield grass, you wouldn't think that it was, and if you didn't know that it was cold right now, it sure doesn't look like it. Pitches a ball inside. Count is 1-1. With one down here in the inning. I mean, the grass looks as green as it would in the middle of mid to late May when Grayson hosts the 3rd Region softball tournament. Fly ball hit back into center field. Tubb goes back and makes the catch in straightaway center for the second out of the inning. It's another one of those that if it was not so cold, that one would have gone a little bit further. Carly Bryant, she's 0 for 2. She's been hit by a pitch, grounded out twice. Grounded out to each of the Bratchers. And she'll send that one right back up the middle. Tubb diving play in center. Does she make the catch? She does. Is it a catch or not?
She caught that in the air.
And they're going to say, no, it is not a catch for Kayla Tubb out in center. They're going to have to talk it over. I mean, it's tough for us to see for as far as it is. It's a bang-bang play, and they are going to say that the ball hit the ground.
Horrible.
Now batting number 10, Bass.
So it will be a base hit. Tubb it looked like she made a pretty good play out in center. Pitch ripped. That was an inside pitch that Courtney Bass, she ripped that one foul. And if she'd have straightened that one up, I made the comment earlier that I haven't seen a car shot, but there's a blue truck parked out there that I can see with my eyes. That one might have been going right for the blue truck. That one's fouled off behind the plate, and no balls and 2 strikes. Bass, 2 for 3 in this game. She's doubled to left, reached on an error, and singled. I mean, she's got a good cut on this swing, Bass does. Here comes the pitch, and she pops that one off into left field. Haycraft has a long run to grab it, and she does not get it. And it's a foul ball, and that's the right call. She was in foul territory when she wasn't able to make the catch. And we'll do it one more time. The 0-2 coming hits her on the hand, or I guess maybe that hit her on the wrist. That one was really close to being one of those situations where it hits you on the hands, and technically your hands are part of the bat. That one must have hit her on the wrist. And that one, again, probably did not feel great. And the new hitter is Molly Johnston. And the first pitch to her is low. And the runners, Bryant and Bass, look like they were maybe thinking of trying to advance. But again, we talked about it, that hesitation. You've got to go right away. Pitch to Johnston is inside, 4-2. Bratcher goes down into the dirt. And there's a slow grounder to Addie Bratcher. She'll go the short way, step on third for the final out of this inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It is Bullitt East 12, Grayson County 0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Addie Bratcher will lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. Grayson trails 12-0 against Bullitt East. Bratcher 0 for 1 in the game. She flew out to right field in her first at bat against Molly Johnston. And that's fouled off behind the plate, and it's going to roll all the way around before doing it again. Lady Cougars still looking for their first hit of this game. They've had only one base runner. It was the impressive walk taken by Hannah Franklin. She worked the 11-pitch walk. And that is a line drive back up the middle, bobbled by Johnson. She recovers and throws Bratcher out. Went off her glove, but she was able to get it back and throw out for the first out of the inning. Davis now in a hit for Grayson. She struck out in her first at bat, and she is travel ball teammates with Molly Johnston. It's kind of one of those things that she knows what Johnston's throwing, and Johnston knows exactly where to pitch it, probably to get Davis out, and that one, Davis late and swings and misses at that. Davis signed to play college softball at Midway. And that one is falling behind here. No balls and 2 strikes. Looking into the glove. Here comes the pitch from Johnston. And high for ball number 1 here in this bottom of the fourth inning. Good eye by Davis to watch that pitch high and outside. The sun is almost set here at Grayson County High School. When that sun sets, the temperature is just going to keep on dropping. The break even. Davis pops that one off, and that'll be a cow pasture shot. Well, actually, okay, it does end up going in as it ends up hitting off one of the trees over here to the right side and kind of rolls around, and wasn't sure if that one was going to come back in or not, but no, that is a shot into the pasture for Shelby Davis. And there's a slow ground ball to the shortstop, Perkins, recovering, throwing, and gets Davis out by 1 step for the second out here in the fourth inning. Hannah Franklin who worked that 11-pitch walk to lead off the second inning, will now hit for Grayson. Lady Cougars still looking for their first hit of the game. Franklin watches the pitch outside for ball number 1. Franklin last year was the catcher for Grayson County. Has moved to second base this season, but you could also see her behind the plate at times this year. Pitch low for ball number 2. But it shows versatility that you can be both a catcher and a second baseman. Called strike on the outside corner. Moves count here to 2 balls and 1 strike. Franklin fouls that one off, and that one kind of rolls around and ends up hitting off of the top of the dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the 4th inning. Pitch, swing and a miss, down on strikes goes Franklin. It's 12-0. Grayson County trails Bullitt East. We'll head to the 5th after this. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Olivia Cooper will lead off the top of the 5th inning for Bullitt East. They lead 12-0. Cooper 2 for 3 in the game. She's doubled and tripled. And the first pitch to her is outside for ball number 1. So you have 5, 6, 7 here in the order for Bullitt East. Grayson County, they've played better here of these last couple innings, and we talked about it, that last season, the season before, these past couple of years has been the one bad inning. That's been the Achilles heel for Grayson, and today it was the second inning where they gave up 10 runs. I mean, since that point, it's 2-0 Bullitt East. Ground ball right back to Bradshaw. She'll throw on to first for the first out here in this 5th inning. I mean, Bullitt East is a good team, and you got to try and find ways to limit that damage as much as possible. Innings like that are going to happen. Going to be Emma Thompson to hit or not. No, we're actually going to have a pinch hitter. Emma Thompson will not hit. And instead, it is going to be Mingus that is going to get the opportunity to hit. Mackenzie Mingus, the right fielder. Mingus last year went 0 for 1.
Now batting for Bullitt East, number 21, Bondino.
Oh, no, that's not. It's a different 21. The 21 that I had on my roster is different than the one. It is Bondino. First pitch is a ball. Called strike on the inside corner to move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 from Bratcher, called strike on the inside corner, and that'll move the count here to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ellie Bratcher, once she's settled into this game, has thrown the ball pretty well, considering this is her first ever appearance. And there's a called strike for a strikeout for Bratcher for her second strikeout of the game. I mean, you look 3 2/3 of an inning, 6 runs, 2 strikeouts. I mean, she's starting to get better over these past couple. I mean, and it's her first ever varsity experience. It's exactly what you'd expect for a 7th grader. Ball high to Taylor Pierce. Pierce 2 for 2 in the game. She singled twice and walked. And that's fouled off behind the plate, and the count will move to 1 ball and 1 strike here to Taylor Pierce. And fouled off, and we'll do it. Here is 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's that top of the net. There is added that early last season where they have kind of the net extension that goes over towards the top of home plate to keep those balls in instead of just making it foul ball, foul ball. That one's popped straight up in the infield. Hannah Franklin had it read at first, but Shelby Davis comes in to make the out. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Lady Cougars will need to have some runs to extend the game. As we head to the bottom of 5 is Bullitt East 12, Grayson County 0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Five, 6, 7 in the order here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Grayson County will need to score 3 runs at least to extend this game. If not, it will be a win for Bullitt East. It'll be Inslee Schartzer to lead off. Schartzer 0 for 1. She grounded out to second in her first at bat as the Lady Cougars are looking for their first run, or first hit, and their first run in the game. Schartzer toes in the box. And the first pitch to her is a swing and a miss from Molly Johnston. Johnston has been really good today for Bullitt East. 4 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Only allowed 1 base runner. There's a blooper foul. And the 1 base runner was a long at bat that Franklin extended. Pitch inside, and Ansley Schartzer's going to wear that one on the shoulder. And again, that does not feel good because it's cold. That only makes it the sting come a little bit more, but there's a second base runner of the game for Grayson. And we're going to have a courtesy runner in here for Grayson. And in her place, it'll be Reagan Nash. Ellie Bratcher The pitcher, and a hit for Grayson. She struck out in her first at bat.
Now batting for Grayson County, number 3, Ellie Bratcher.
Isabel, right back and drive it where it's pitched. Try to pull it.
Runner on first. Fly ball to second. Pierce has it. And that's the first out here in this inning. It'll be Kinsley Chambers to hit for Grayson. She struck out in her first at bat.
Chambers.
Standing in the on-deck circle is Cassidy Chiefins. You've got Nash, the runner, at first. Let's see if Penny and Reese will maybe start Nash here. Ground ball down the third baseline. Fair ball. First hit of the game for Grayson, and it's Chambers that does it. It's bobbled by the left fielder. And you'll have runners on second and third with one down here in this bottom of the fifth inning. Great bit of hitting for Grayson. And Cassidy Chaffins now will hit. We're going to have a courtesy runner out for the catcher. And the courtesy runner for Grayson County is going to be Peyton Bowman, getting her first varsity experience. Cassidy Chaffins will hit. We'll play it one more time here. We'll walk up music as they're updating the lineup card.
Number 32, Cassidy Chambers.
You can tell the fielders out there are cold, as the second baseman for Bullitt East, Peters, she kind of went down to her knees and did a little shiver. Pitch is low. Grayson looking for their first run in this game after just picking up their first hit by Kinsley Chambers. Hugged the line. Pitch low and swung over top of by Chaffins. Chaffins in her first at bat flew out to right field. Slow ground ball foul. Picked up, run back, and that would have been one that, I mean, it would have been ended up if it would have gone foul or gone fair. You would have had the bases loaded technically because, I mean, obviously Nash down there at third has nothing she can do there. The 1-2. Inside, just misses. That'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lady Cougars trying to extend this game. They need 3 runs to do it. Obviously more will help too if you're wearing orange and blue. Fouled off behind the plate. The pitch in the dirt gets by, and no one will advance. And the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down here in the inning. Runners will stay. The pitch coming. High, and Chaffins works a walk to load the bases up here with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. Elizabeth Haycraft will hit for Grayson. No, it is a pinch hitter here for Grayson. Bree Jones will pinch hit for Grayson County, getting her first career plate appearance. And the first pitch to Jones is a cold strike of the knees. Jones had a really strong basketball season, getting a lot of experience as a point guard for Grayson. One of the, again, we mentioned his young Grayson County team and the future of this, not only just this softball program, but the basketball program as well. One ball, 1 strike, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Grayson trails 12-0 against Bullitt East. Pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there by the catcher, Cooper. I mean, it got away from her, but the best thing is that we're going to have a mound visit out here. The best part about that, though, by Cooper is she kept the ball close. Sometimes just getting a piece of that ball is going to keep it because, I mean, you know you've got the bases loaded as you've got a mound visit going on right now. And probably this is just the conversation saying, hey, let's take a deep breath. You're okay. You know, you've got a 12-0 lead. This is kind of similar to last night when we did the Grayson County baseball game. Is, you know, Grayson was up 8-1, and you know, bringing in a new pitcher, it was kind of a struggle a little bit. And they just went out there and probably was like, hey, deep breath, like you're up. You've got runs to work with. Make some good pitches. Two balls, one strike. Bree Jones, the hitter for Grayson. The line of the pitch is a swing and a miss, and that'll even up the count here to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Standing in the on-deck circle is Kayla Tubb for Grayson. The break even coming here with 1 down in the inning is fouled off to the right side out of play. Jones doing a good job keeping this at-bat alive, looking for her first career hit and RBIs. The break even. Again, she fouls off. Doing a good job here just keeping the at-bat alive. That's all you can ask for. Just keep fighting. One more time it comes, and again she fouls it off. And that's a cow pasture shot as well. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Here in this 5th inning. The pitch to Jones one more time. At this rate, we might run out of softballs. That one hit off the light pole. I think that should count some runs. It's pretty impressive that you can hit it off the light pole. We'll make that our own little rule. We'll count light poles. Jones ground ball to third. Nash coming home. She is out. And it'll remain the bases loaded. No, she's safe. Never touched home, says the umpire. Foot was never on home, so because of that, it's a runner safe, and it's 12-1 Grayson. So it's a fielder's choice, and Grayson has the bases loaded remaining for Kayla Tubb. It's 12-1 Grayson, trailing Bullitt East. Called strike to Tubb. Tubb 0 for 2 in the game. She's popped out to short and grounded out to the pitcher. Outside. High chopper to the second baseman. Pearson, it's through her legs. Rounding and coming in is Grayson. The play at the plate. She's safe and Chaffins. And it's 12-3. Grayson County trails in the game, but they've got 2 runs coming in, and the offense starting to work up here for Grayson County. Two-run score for Grayson County. And it's 12-3. The Lady Cougars, if anything, you now have another inning. And that's huge. Just building the confidence of this team. Addie Bratcher to hit. She's 0 for 2. She's grounded out to the pitcher and flown out to right field. The bats are waking up for Grayson. Infield shaded in on the right side. And fouled off behind the plate. Slow ground ball foul. And Bratcher's falling behind here at no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch coming, swing and a miss. Bratcher down on strikes. And the lineup will go towards Shelby Davis. Davis is grounded out to short and struck out in the game.
Now batting for Grayson County, number 18, Shelby Davis.
Pitch to Davis, outside. Runners on first and second. We will have at least one more inning coming in this game.
Let's go, Shell. Base hit.
Davis, fly ball, hit back into deep center field, going back, looking up, that one's gone! Home run, Shelby Davis! Into right center field, the Lady Cougs are right back in this one. Home run, Davis. It is 12-6. Bullitt East and the Lady Cougars are making it a little interesting down the stretch. Davis goes long ball. Her first homer of the season. She had 3 of them last year. And they've scored 6 runs in this inning. Hannah Franklin will now hit for Grayson. Love the answer here if you're Grayson.
Now batting for Grayson County, number 28, Hannah Franklin.
And the first pitch to Franklin is a little blooper to the right side. That one's going to drop into shallow right field. The blooper helps out Grayson County. Inslee Schartzer now to hit for Grayson. Schartzer opened up this inning by taking one for the team and wearing one off of her right shoulder. And that opened up this rally here for the Lady Cougars, and she'll take one right back up the middle for a base hit. She ain't gonna wear one there. She just sent it right back up the middle, and Grayson County keeping this game interesting. Runners on first and second. The 2-out rally continues. I think we're going to have a courtesy runner here for Grayson. The courtesy runner for Grayson County is going to be Amy Darst, the sophomore.
Number 20, Amy Darst.
12-6 is the game. Lady Cougars have plated 6 in the inning. It'll be Ellie Bratcher to hit. And she'll foul that one off behind the plate.
Keep your head on it. Don't roll it over. Come on, panic.
Runners on first and second here. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one's again fouled off. Bratcher just a little bit too late on it. The 0-2 to Bratcher in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher Cooper. Because if you're Bullitt East, I mean, you still got a 6-run lead. You do not want any more Grayson County runs to cross the plate and make things interesting. Fouled off. Again, Bratcher staying alive. It's been the biggest thing about Grayson in this inning is that they're fighting. Fouling off a lot of pitches, making Johnston work. This next pitch will be pitch number 36 of the inning for Molly Johnston. The 1-2 fouled off into the glove, and that is the inning. But the Lady Cougars score 6 runs on 4 hits, and we're through 5 full. It is Bullitt East 12, Grayson County 6. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is 12-6. Bullitt East has the lead against Grayson, but the Lady Cougars extend this game. And leading off the inning will be Peyton Bibb. And she rips one into left field. Going back is Jones, and it's over her wall, over her head, and it's going to drop in, rounding and going into second. She is a lame duck out on the base pass, and she's going to be out. Trying to extend that one into two, and Bibb is out. And she might be injured on the play. She went in awkwardly on the slide, trying to extend it, and hopefully she's okay. And with the injury, we're going to step aside for an injury timeout as Grayson County trails the game 12-6. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Great defense by Grayson County on the bunt. And they get the runner out, and it'll be Kim Perkins now to hit. What, the Lady Cougars in these last inning plus look like a completely different team. Called strike on the inside on Perkins, and it's again been that one bad inning. Pitch, ground ball, right back up the middle, base hit. Bratcher couldn't get the glove down quick enough. And the single for Perkins for her first hit of the game. It'll be Carly Bryant to hit now for the Lady Chargers. She is 1 for 3 in the game. She's grounded out twice, singled, and been hit by a pitch. The lefty. Infield in for Grayson. Inside, off and running the throw down, and nobody's there to cover second. And it goes into center field. So the steal for Perkins. Popped off left side, long run. Bratcher makes the play. That's the final out here of this 6th inning. Lady Cougars going to see if the bats can keep on rolling. We're through 5.5. It's Bullitt East 12, Grayson 6. This is Lady Cougar Lady Cougar softball on K105. Lady Cougars trying to extend upon this game some more as they trail 12-6 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It'll be 7-8-9 in the order. Kinsley Chambers will lead off. She got the first hit of the game for Grayson in that last inning where they scored 6 runs, highlighted by the 3-run home run by Davis. And the first pitch from Johnston is outside for ball 1. Johnston mowed down the Grayson County order through the first 4 innings. I'm not even sure. I mean, I can say she didn't break a sweat. I'm not sure if she'd break a sweat regardless because it is in the 30s. But still, it's the figure of speech. That's high for ball 2. Since that point, though, Johnston has looked a little bit more vulnerable. This will be pitch number 100 of the game for her. And that is a blooper left field base hit. Chambers has her second hit of the game. It's bobbled by the left fielder, Vitrice. She fires it in, though, and recovers, but a base hit puts a runner on base for Grayson for Cassidy Chaffins.
Courtesy runner for Grayson County, number 34,
Reagan Nash comes back on to courtesy run for Kinsley Chambers.
Number 32, Cassidy Chaffins.
Cassidy Chaffins 0 for 1. She worked a walk in her last at bat. Lady Cougars trailed 12-0 after 3 innings in this game. And it fought back to make things a little interesting here in this bottom half of the 6th. Pitch, fly ball, right center field. Going back is the right fielder to make the catch at the wall for the first down of the inning. Chaffins put a charge into that one. And it'll be Bree Jones to hit now for Grayson. She reached on a fielder's choice in her last at bat, and kind of a weird play. If you remember, that was a ground ball to the third baseman, Bass, and she came home to the catcher, Cooper, who was not stepping on home. And it was a force-out opportunity, and that's a foul ball. Jones, the most impressive part of her at bat is that she was just fighting off pitches left and right, waiting for her pitch. In the dirt, stopped by the catcher, Cooper, and the count is 1-1. Swing and a miss. Down on the second strike there to Jones. Here comes the 1-2 to the 7th grader Bree Jones. It's popped off right side out of play. I don't have a track of foul balls for Jones, but it's probably in her dealt 2 at-bats. Probably 6 in 2 at-bats. And that's a swing and a miss. Jones will go down on strikes for the second out of the inning. The lineup, though, flips back over for Kayla Tubb. Kayla Tubb reached on an error and has grounded out and has popped out here in this game. First pitch to her is fouled off again to that right side. That right side is been just peppered with foul balls throughout this game on both sides. As the sun is, for the most part, pretty much set here at Grayson County High School. And with that, the temperature has really begun to drop even more. As I look down, it says 39 is at least what my watch is. I think it might be a little bit more chilly than that. I know I've see some fans around us as that pitch is in the dirt low. 2 balls and 1 strike that have found the concession stand hot chocolate, which is a good move. The 2-1. Ground ball in the hole right side. Finding the inside is Tubb. First and second here with 2 down. That one just snuck through that little hole. Addie Bratcher, who's 0 for 3 in the game, will now come in. She's grounded out to the pitcher, flown out to right field, and struck out in the game. Standing in the on-deck circle is Shelby Davis, who in her last home run, or her last at-bat, went long ball. Bratcher ground ball to short. Perkins will go the short way to third, and a fielder's choice out will end the inning. We're through 6 full. It is Bullitt East 12, Grayson County 6. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Courtney Bass will lead off the top of the 7th inning. Bullitt East leads 12-6 in the game. Ellie Bratcher has really settled in this game. Thrown 3 straight scoreless innings, trying to make it a 4th here to give the Lady Cougars a chance to come back in the bottom of this 7th. And first pitch, Bass. Again, Bass, when she makes contact, that ball is smoked every single time. I know we keep promising that maybe one day we'll have the technology to do like exit velocity and so on. We've put that on our director tonight, Cole Snyder, to set up the technology to do exit velocity now. We gave him that job last year, and he still has yet to figure out the technology. Maybe one day. We've got faith that Cole can do it off. Fly ball left field. It's careening foul. Long run for Haycraft. She's got it. It's Jones, rather, to make the play. It'll be Molly Johnston to hit. Lady Cougars have held her quiet today. She's 0 for 4. Grounded out 3 times to the third baseman, Bratcher. And the first pitch to her is a ball.
Watch back at you, Bill. Play your spot.
The 1-0. Coming to the best bat in this order. Goes right back to Bratcher again. It's off her glove. Davis recovers, throws on to first. Not in time. That was a really tough play there for Shelby Davis, and she made it close, but that's an infield hit for Molly Johnston. Courtesy runner here will be Patterson.
Runner from Bullitt East, number 4, Patterson.
Olivia Cooper.
Now batting, number 2, Cooper.
2 for 4 in the game is Cooper. Off and running, throw down to second. The throw is not in time. It was a called strike, though, but a stolen base for Patterson moving into scoring position. Cooper in the game, tripled, doubled, grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice. She made some nice plays behind the plate as well. The 0-1 is outside, 4-1 to move the count here to 1-1 strike. One, fouled off, and it's going to hug the line, and it's a fair ball, and there's not going to be a play. That one was just spinning down the line and somehow stays fair. An infield hit. And there's not much that Kinsley Chambers could have done there. Judd will come back on to be the courtesy runner. Runners on the corners now with 1 out.
Now batting, number 12, Thompson.
Hey, battle back here. Don't worry. Get it out. Get it out.
Thompson will come in to hit. She's 2 of 2 in the game. Homered, singled, and there's a called strike, and defensive indifference. Judd will get second. Now runners move to second and third here with 1 down in the top of the 7th. Pitch coming, showing bunt. It is a ball is the call. Just missing. One ball, 1 strike here in the top of the 7th inning. Grayson County trailed this game 12-0 after 3. That pitch is high.
Hey, keep your shoulders back. Come on now.
Showing bunt again. Great pick by Chambers, the catcher.
Confidence now. Confidence now.
The 3-1 called strike. Good pitch there by Bratcher.
Come on, Belle. One more.
The count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Runners on second and third. Bratcher trying to keep this game at 12-6. The line in the pitch is ripped foul.
Hey, good pitch there.
Emma Thompson, the hitter. Patterson stands on third. Judd at second. Pitch high, and the bases are loaded for Taylor Pierce, the 7-hole hitter. Pierce 2 for 3. She's walked, singled twice, and popped out to the shortstop Davis.
Number 7, Pierce.
Pitch coming here from Ellie Bratcher is a fly ball hit to center field. Tubb has it read. She'll make the play. She's coming home. The play at the plate, she's safe. It's a great throw by Kayla Tubb to make it close. All the runners will advance and tag up. That's the second out of the inning, and Bullitt East leads 13-6.
Now batting, number 32, Bibb.
Peyton Bibb will hit. She's 2 for 3. She singled twice. She was thrown out trying to stretch her single into a double in her last at bat. Pitch from Bratcher is popped straight up behind the plate. And that one is going to stay up top. And is it going to roll all the way? It will not. At first I thought that one was going to be rolling back towards us. And I got a little worried. Because I'm used to catching with my right hand, and my right hand's holding the notes. I'd have needed the director, Cole Snyder, to protect me. The 0-1. High and inside. 1-1. I see a score here of 12th District opponent. Edmondson County softball's 2-0 on the year after defeating Metcalfe County 16-3 today. And that's a fly ball hit back deep left center field. Going up, that ball is gone. Home run for Peyton Bibb. And it is 16-6 Bullitt East on the 3-run home run for the first baseman. All Bree Jones and Kayla Tubb could do was look up and watch that one fly. Latrice Snell to hit. Bullitt East has a 16-6 advantage.
Now batting number 14, Bertrice.
Pitch is high and outside for ball one. High for ball two to Bertrice, who really gets low. She makes that strike zone as small as possible. She's 1 for 3 in the game. She's grounded out, walked, struck out, and doubled. There's a called strike. Hitting that outside corner. Pitch, fouled. Move the count here to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The break even. Coming here as the sun is officially set at Grayson County High School. Approaching the 2-hour mark of this game, the break even is just high to move the count full. As the game time right now, we're at 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 40 seconds. A long softball game here to open up the year on a chilly Tuesday evening. The 3-2. High and a walk will turn the order back over to the leadoff hitter, Kim Perkins. Perkins 1 for 4. She's flown out 3 times, walked and singled. High and outside for ball 1 for Bratcher. Called strike on the inside corner there to Kim Perkins, the shortstop. Perkins, the senior, hit .405 last season. And that's a little blooper left side, long run for Davis. She'll make the catch on the edge of the infield. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Lady Cougars trail 16-6 against Bullitt East. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Lady Cougars will try to rally as they trail 16-6 in this game, and who better to start off a rally than your best hitter, Shelby Davis, who in her last at-bat hit a home run to right center field. Motley Johnston in to try and close it off. And the first pitch, line drive, base hit left field. First pitch swinging, and Davis sends it off. He goes 2 for 4 now in the game, and Hannah Franklin went hit for the Lady Cougs. She's 1 for 2 in the game. Walked, struck out, and singled.
Now batting number 28, Hannah Franklin.
And Grayson really, I mean, you look at this, other than that 10-run inning, and I know, you're saying, Sam, you can't take away an inning. I get it. It's 6-6 since that point. It's that one bad inning outside for ball 1 that we've talked about last year, year before. It's just trying to avoid that one inning. The 1-0 to Franklin. Low for ball 2. Fly ball right side, out of play, and another one. That one's not going to go into the cow pasture, but just another foul ball down that first base line. And the worst part about that is that's not the Grayson County side, is that, you know, you've got some Bullitt East fans that are sitting over there, but looks like one fan's going to go pick that one up. But still, it's a lot better when that's down that Grayson County line because they can just put it in the dugout. In fact, they're having to get some more balls out on the field right now. Two balls, one strike to Franklin. Davis the runner at first. It's low, and Franklin ahead in the count here, 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch coming, low, and Franklin works a walk. The rally coming for Grayson.
Now batting.
And we have a new hitter in for Grayson. Peyton Bowman will hit for Grayson County. For her first at bat of this game. She did score in that 6-run inning for Grayson. And the first pitch to Bowman is a cold strike. Bowman, another one of these 7th graders for Grayson. You've got Brancher, Jones, and Bowman. That 3-headed tandem for 7th graders for Grayson. Bright future. High chopping ground ball to second. Go the short way. That will advance both runners to second and third, but out at first is Peyton Bowman. It'll be Ellie Bratcher now to hit. She's 0 for 3 in the game. She struck out twice and popped out to the second baseman. Lady Cougars trying to extend this game. And Bratcher will fly one right side. Thompson comes in, curls towards the foul line, and makes the catch. Coming in to score will be Davis, so it'll be a sacrifice fly for Bratcher. But the Lady Cougars are down to their final out. And it'll be Kinsley Chambers to try and keep this game alive for Grayson. She's 2 for 3 in the game. Her first at bat, not the greatest at bat in the world. She had a couple, she had struck out swinging, didn't necessarily look too comfortable, but the last 2 at bats have been just about as perfect as you could get, including having the first hit of the game for Grayson. That was back there in that 5th inning. So it's 16-7 in the game. And that's fouled off right side, out of play, and we got another cow pasture shot. I'm not sure whose job it is going to be to go over there and pitch get all the foul balls, but it's not going to be a fun job because there's a lot of them going over there, and that one's in the dirt. It's going to get through, coming home, and scoring easily for Grayson is going to be Franklin. On the wild pitch, Hannah Franklin scores to make it 16-8. Lady Cougars trying to just extend upon this game, make it last a little bit longer as we're at the 2-hour and 8-minute mark. The 1-2 in the dirt and bounces up. You got to imagine that Johnston, probably fatigue is starting to set in just a little bit. That's 124 pitches thrown. It's the first game of the season. It's cold. You kind of combine all of that. It's probably human nature to be, just fatiguing a little bit. Not to mention for Bullitt East, too, it's about probably an hour and 20 minutes from Mount Washington to us here. That's outside for ball 3, and the count will go full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the 7th inning. Lady Cougars need a base runner to continue the game. The pitch is a ground ball right back to Johnston. She'll throw into first, and that is the ball game. Grayson County falls in the season opener to Bullitt East by a final score of 16-8. We'll come back, wrap it up after this. Again, your final score, Bullitt East 16, Grayson County 8. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars fall by a final score of 16-8 to Bullitt East. Shelby Davis finishes with the 3-run home run in the game. And, I mean, listen, if you're Penny Reese, this didn't start great, but you saw some good things, I think, tonight, at least in my opinion, you did, and some things that you can really build upon as this year goes along. It's a long season. A game on March the 14th means nothing, especially when it's not a district opponent or a region opponent or anything like that. All that matters is you got better tonight, and I think without question the Lady Cougars got better in this game. Your stats for Grayson, leading the way with Shelby Davis. She had 3 RBIs, 2 of them for Kayla Tubb, 1 for Ellie Bradshaw, and 1 for Bree Jones. For Bullitt East, it's 3 RBIs for Emma Thompson, 4 for Peyton Bibb. Home runs, Emma Thompson and Peyton Bibb each had 1. Shelby Davis had 1 for Grayson County. The loss is Mallory Lindsay. She went 1 inning, 3 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks. Ellie Bradshaw, 6 innings, 13 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Saw some really good things, though, from Ellie Bradshaw. Molly Johnston gets the win for Bullitt East. 7 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, 3 earned, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. We'll be back on Monday, back here at the Grayson County Lady Cougar Softball Complex, as the Lady Cougars will take on Breckenridge County. That'll be our next coverage of K105 Digital Productions. That'll wrap up our coverage here tonight on a chilly evening for softball. So for our K105 Digital Productions crew of Cole Snyder and Trey Cook, this is Sam Gormley saying so long, everyone.